Recently got some more upgrades for the Granite. Added some skid protection. Ground down those front body mounts, had to put new ones on there for that. Ended up venting it a little more, it was starting to get pretty hot. Cut out the grill and the rear window. Definitely seemed to get me at least like 5 more speed runs out of it before it started to warm up pretty good. I strapped the front suspension and just had it out for a test drive, and that worked real good. I wish I had the GPS on it. It was moving pretty fast, and it makes that level now. Still got the back end tight, pretty tight, so when it squats, the truck pretty well sits level. I ended up breaking the teeth off of that, so I just went ahead and now it's got hot racing diffs up front and in back. Did all the new pivot balls and rod ends. That definitely tightened things up. I'm waiting on a hot racing tire balancer. Hopefully I can balance these a little better than they are, and once it gets up near 60 you start to get some wicked wheel wobble. Might have to get better hub carriers. Those are all stock yet. There's some wiggle in there. Maybe shim it. I am waiting on the bell crank from Hot Racing. That's back ordered. I did put the Hot Racing servo saver in there, but it I don't know if it really did much. I don't know if I should even. I was gonna wait till I got the bell crank, but I was just trying to tighten it up the best I could. But yeah, it was just running down the road probably fast as I've ever had it with that front suspension strap. That definitely makes things not want to move as much. I tightened down the front shocks too, like 4 more half turns. So we'll see if that makes a difference, and if it's worse then I'll loosen it back up, but I think it needed to be done. I was running them pretty soft so that it wouldn't wheelie. My battery's on the charger right now, and I'm gonna put the GPS on it. It's not the greatest GPS, but I think I'll upgrade soon. I don't think it's clocking me. It must take a while to receive the speed. The best I had it was 59 miles an hour, and it was moving pretty good. I feel like I might have got it higher, but you gotta hold it at those speeds to try to get that to register, so on a short street it's tough. Ended up pulling the fan cover off. I'll probably put it back on once the off-road tires go on and it's gonna start getting muddy. That, or maybe I'll get a nylon case or whatever those are made out of. Get a sleeve for it to cover up all that stuff so it doesn't get so nasty. Alright, well I'm gonna put the body back on and battery in it and test drive it. Also, I ended up breaking off one of the Hot Racing drive shafts. I kind of got on it a little hard, and I don't know if it just snapped it from torque or from taking some nasty diggers down the road, so I just pulled the end point off. I bought 2 sets of them so I have spares, because obviously it's gonna break stuff. But I'm running that up front for diff fluid, and that in the rear, hoping that the front pulls a little harder than the rear so that it doesn't want to wheelie so much. You can still get it to do it, but I've got it set up to try to make it not wheelie, because it just lands on its back and skids down the road. You can try to hit the brakes and save it, but sometimes that works, sometimes it doesn't. So there's not much. Everything besides that center drive shaft, that's the only plastic thing left. Everything is metal clutch, diffs. Still running the 26 tooth pinion. I'm probably gonna get a adjustable motor mount, and I'm gonna drop down to a 23, and I think that would be manageable. I didn't like the 20 tooth on there. It wasn't getting the top speed enough. But my parts store didn't have that, so I'll have to order that, hunt it down on the internet. Also, I ended up getting a new controller. I really like it. Really haven't figured out all the options yet and what it can do. I just kind of got it slightly dialed in. I'm sure the more I figure it out, the better I can dial this car in. And I used the original one that came with this for the slash, and that works 10 times better than that TQ controller that they send with it. A lot more range. This is supposed to have really good range. I was kind of running out of range with the original one toward the end of the street. So this kind of helped that, but if there's parked cars, it seems like they interfere too. And I'll go get on with the test run. Almost forgot to put the GPS on it. If you can see that, it says 3 for me walking. We'll see if I can beat my 59 on it. Yeah, this GPS is full of shit. It says 10.9 miles an hour. You can see it was going way faster than that. I didn't break anything. Pretty good tumble at the, oh, I broke the fucking drive shaft again. I don't know if you can see that. That one's one on my right. Your left is toast. Fuck. Alright, well, I'll go fix that. I got spares.